Hello everybody, this is Alan Brown again, and we get to talk about my favorite subject tonight, which is of course content generation. And this is my favorite video because we get to dive into all the nice little goodies that we have here, and I just can't wait to do that. So the first thing you want to do is you want to be on the content builder, and that's this second tab here, of course. And then it's very simple. You just want to enter a keyword, and then you want to go across the top, and then I'm going to go through all of these with you. So the first keyword I'm going to use, I think I'm going to select something different, like how about bass fishing? I think I used that in the first iteration of RCW for those of you who bought the first one. But anyways, I think it's a good one to use. It's a top niche, so we'll do that. So what you do is you type the keyword in here. You have a couple of options here, laser targeted or not laser targeted. I recommend laser targeted. If you're really having trouble finding content for a particular keyword, you might want to not check this. But I always leave it checked, and that's why we defaulted it. And then there's LSI targeting. LSI is just another term for synonyms, or sorry, how do I say this? Different keywords that are related to your initial keyword. So if I click on here, and you'll see, bass fishing tips, bass fishing tournaments, and that sort of thing. So this tries to come up with some alternatives to the keyword that you put in here. Now, you don't have to take these if you don't want to, or if you have some better ideas. You can actually double click here and say like bass fishing products, or whatever you want to do in here. You don't have to take these. You can change them, or you can unclick them if you don't like them, and then you can click the paragraphs. I'm not going to use the LSI targeting because it takes a little longer to do, but I just want to show you this is another option for you, and it's another way to get good content if you don't want to just rely on one keyword. So I take that off, and now just mention these sliders down here. This first slider, which is the number of words, is used strictly for the randomizer function, and I'll go into that and explain that in a bit. So you don't need to change this at all for what we're doing. And then these sliders down here, these control the number of articles and paragraph sizes, etc. That the tool is going to pull. These are already optimized and don't really need to be changed. However, if you wanted to tweak these, if you're having trouble finding something or you want to make some changes, you can tweak these to suit your taste. But generally speaking, I just leave them the way they are. Okay, now I'm going to start with the first one here, which is the paragraph. So what this is going to do is create a list of paragraphs based on my keyword. I can either just hit enter on the keyboard, or I can just click up here. And we'll just let this go. Okay, and here is our list. And as you can see, these articles at the top here, they all start with bass fishing because they are relevant to bass fishing, and they're up at the top. So you have all sorts of articles here to choose from. As you get down the list, the color changes. It goes down to different colors, down to red. And just wanted to show you that. Now, just because these are scored lower doesn't mean that they're any less valuable paragraphs. In fact, you want to mix these up. You don't want everything to start with bass fishing. So, when you create your article, you want to mix these up a little bit and use some from the bottom, use some from the top. But anyhow, I'm just gonna grab some content here, and there's two ways that you can do this. As you can see, I've grabbed this, and I can grab and pull it over like that. Or if I see something down here, I can just double click it. And it also will appear on here as well. Couple just little things I want to show you on here. There are these lines over here that you can pull and you can resize this to anything that you feel comfortable with. If you don't want this here for some reason, or if you don't, these panes, you can double click on them and it will get rid of them. And in this case I only have the editor. Now to get them back, all you have to do is just double click them back and they come back here. So that's just a little something to show you we put in there. Same thing with this bottom one. This is a little key that shows you number of words, paragraphs, etc. If you don't want that, you can just double click that as well and bring it back. If you want to resize inside the editor here, this is a word editor. If you want to resize, there's a little control here which will allow you to change it or increase it however you see fit. And that's the whole idea behind this tool, is we try to make it as user friendly as we possibly can, so it's a really easy tool for you guys to use. So anyhow, let me just go down here, get some more content, and for the sake of time I'm just going to select some things. You can see though, if you really wanted to make an article that was that reads through, all the paragraphs kind of follow each other, and then you can select these and put this here, the paragraphs that make the most sense, and that way your article will read through as good as it can be. I mean, it's never going to be perfect, but it's going to be pretty darn good if you can go down here and select articles that are all related. So anyways, I'm going to come down here some more, click a couple of those. And you notice down here, you may have noticed this slider keeps moving every time I do that. I'll do that again. Hang on here. Let's grab a bigger one. Okay, and then we're up over 400 words, this means. And maybe I want to go up to even more. And we'll just go even more. Okay, so we've got almost 800 words in this article. And next thing we would want to do is would probably be to get a title, which would be a nice thing. So all you have to do is click on the title, and it will come up with a list of things, and then you can just use these titles, or you can change this to anything you want. All I have to do is just find something here I like, just double click on it, and look at that, it's up there. Oh, by the way, one other feature too that I threw in. When you double click on these, they disappear and they're no longer in the list. If you ever want to get the whole list back, even though you've used it, maybe you want to, this probably doesn't work for titles, it probably works for some of the other content, but you can just hit this reset button up here and you'll see this this Better Bass Fishing has reappeared into the list. So anyway, it's just kind of a nice little thing. Also, we have this little, you might be wondering what this cross and the plus is here. This is a filter, and what you can do is you can say you can change the filter. I'm going to move this just over a little bit so it doesn't block the way. I can say this score, maybe I want anything that's scored less than 60. I'm just making this up, of course, but that's what you can do. You can put that in there, and we didn't get anything with anything less than 60. Okay, so maybe greater than. Okay, and maybe I should make it 80. We can try that if it's less than 80. Okay, we got one which was 79. Anyhow, the whole idea equal to 80. I probably should just eliminate this, right? And then there we go. We got everything back. But anyways, you can create multiples of this, and in fact you can do you can look for the titles, you can look for a particular word if you wanted to drill down and that sort of thing. The whole idea of this tool is to allow you to just drill down and get exactly what you want. And then you just click these off if you don't want them anymore, and that's it. So I just wanted to show you that. That's kind of a useful feature. Now, okay, so what if let's go back to our article. We've got a title, we've got content here, so let's let's add some things to it. Let's add a thumbnail to it, which is the next piece on here. So I'm going to click on that, and we'll wait for the thumbnails to come up. Okay, and as you can see now, we have some nice images here of bass fishing that we can use as our thumbnail. So I'm just going to grab this one here, and I'm just going to double click it, and it sticks it right underneath here, and we now have a thumbnail. Now some of you might be wondering, well, what's all this about? This is called shortcode, and we do this because this is a word editor. It's not an HTML editor, and we use this shortcode to be able to tell it what we want it to look like. So a lot of these things will all have shortcode. I'm going to show you just right now very quickly. We won't go into the preview, but up here there's this button called Preview Post. If you click on this, it will come up. This is an HTML editor now it's in. You can edit this, but if you click Preview here, you can now see the actual the actual thumbnail. So you have that there, and but right now we're just trying to build this. So this is just a way of building. We just go through each one of these and decide what we want to have, and we just put them in here. Okay, so the next one I'm going to go to is Wikimedia. Now Wikimedia probably isn't going to have anything for bass fishing, is my guess. Wikimedia is more of kind of a generic one for images. So, but I'm going to click it anyway and see what we get. Yeah, I didn't get anything. So it just depends on what you're getting. If I, for example, put cats in here, I'm sure I'll get all kinds of images. And let's see. And yeah, you can see here's the Wikimedia image. Now, when you do get Wikimedia images, they're really, really good images. Look at that with the cat with the two different color eyes. But anyways, they're really, really nice images. That's why we put this in here. But you're not always going to get them, so that's why I'm mentioning that. So if you really wanted an image on here, I better type this back in. You need to go to Flickr. Okay, so I'm going to click on Flickr, and the thumbnails are almost the same. They both come from Flickr, so this is very similar. So I'm going to click this again. Okay, and then we have these same pictures up here, but I'll just come down here and pick something else. Here we go. That's a nice looking fish right there. So this is an image. I am going to now drag and drop this onto here because I want to actually insert it somewhere. So when you want to insert, you want to drag and drop. So what you do is you just take this, drag your cursor over here, and when you come over here, you're going to see a little red insertion point that's flashing to you. And that's where it's going to insert it. So I just let go. And then as you can see, it's inserted the tag for the image. And this is again the shortcode that I was talking about. And again, we can go preview this real quick. And there we go. That's actually a nice looking image. So I'm going to come back here. Oh, one other thing I should probably tell you, in all of these things, it's always worthwhile to double click on these. And I'll show you why, because you can see what the image looks like. In some cases, they won't be that much different. Some cases they will. Let's see. So yeah, that one's pretty big, see. So just want to let you know, if you double click on this, you'll get a little preview. And that goes for pretty much all of these along here. They all do the same. So you want to double click on these when you want to look at something a little further. Okay, so now we have an image on here. Next step would be to go to YouTube. Let's have a look at a YouTube video. And as you can see, it's scored these. It's actually, this is the YouTube score that you get. So what we've done is we've just went and took the YouTube score and sorted it. Excuse me. But as you can see, sometimes, you know, YouTube has things that are loaded there that aren't even relevant. I don't really even know what this is. But you can come down here and take a look. And if you want to take a look at something like I said before, you can just double click on it again. And this actually takes you to the YouTube video. And of course you've got an advertisement here, so let me get rid of that. And now we're into the video. So where they're fishing, etc. I'll get rid of that. So that's just another thing. Oh, also, if you select this and you see that it's highlighted like that, that means it's gonna, when you drag, if you drag and drop anything, it's gonna pull this. So what you don't want to do is like drag and drop, or sorry, select 3 of these and then pull them over if you didn't mean to do that. So all you need to do is just re-click it to get to unselect it, and you're fine. So let me just come down here a little bit. I'm gonna just probably insert one right here. You can just click on here, and I'm going to drag this, and I'm going to see the red insertion point and put it right in there. So now we have a video in here, okay? So we have the thumbnail, image, and a video. Okay, so now we have some other things that are here. We have Yahoo questions and answers if we wanted to put this in. I'm going to click on that. Okay, and then you can look down here, and I don't know, can you double click on this? I can't remember. No, I didn't think so. Yeah, the Yahoo Answers is pretty basic. What you see is what you get, so I don't really think there's anything else you can do to this one. However, we'll come down here, and I don't know, some of these paragraphs had extra carriage returns in them. That's something I will take a look at, but you shouldn't be getting that. Anyhow, they're easy to correct. You just come up here and space them out, delete the line things. We'll take care of this before the product is launched, or by the time you see this. Anyhow, all we need to do now is come down here and just pick one of these, and I'm just going to stick it in here. Okay, and then here we have a Yahoo questions and answers. Okay, and you can see this. There's the questions, and then here's the answers. Okay, and if we preview this and come up here, and there's the questions and answers. Okay, best answer by Red Heat. Okay, just wanted to show you that. And what else? Now we have here something called infographics. I'm going to skip this one for now for the purposes, because we're creating this article right now, and I'll come back to this, but this is a very interesting one. We also have something here called Article Builder. Article Builder is actually a product that's already out on the market. We've incorporated this because the content and quality of content from Article Builder is really high. It's really, really good stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'll come back and show you this as well, because it creates a whole article for you. But some of you might have this. This is a paid product that you have to go out and get. It costs a little bit of money, but as I said, the quality is quite high. I'll come back to this. Now we're getting up to these icons here, which are the monetization icons. So Amazon, ClickBank, and Commission Junction. And what I will do is I like to put Amazon products here down at the bottom. So I'm just going to click on Amazon. And it must be finding a lot of, yeah, I was thinking that took quite a while. So it's finding a lot of products. So here you go. There's all kinds of Amazon products it's pulled. So I don't know, Bassing 101 bass fishing tip. So let me, whoops, I'm on the wrong one here. If I double click on this, I'll get a little preview. And as you can see, this has got, let's see here. It's got 4 stars. It's got 2 reviews. That's not bad. Not bad. It's got 2 reviews. Wouldn't mind finding something. The reviews are quite good. Wouldn't mind finding something that has, maybe a little bit more review on it. So let me see what else we've got here. I don't know. This one is a Kindle. Don't know if I want that. Maybe the first one up here. It's got 28 reviews. It's 3 stars. Okay, just for the sake of the demonstration, I'm going to pick this one since it's on top anyway. So I'll come down here, and there's the insertion point, and put it here, and then all the short code for the Amazon is down here. Okay? And let's see, where are we at? Then if we wanted to also put a ClickBank offer in here, we can do that as well. Let's see, we got bash phishing exposed. So maybe I'll just put that up in here someplace. I'm running out of room. I'll just put that maybe up here. Okay, and that gives us a ClickBank offer. We have Commission Junction as well. Commission Junction, I'm not gonna, I mean, is the problem with Commission Junction. I put this in here because I have Commission Junction, I use it, but unless you have actually, when you go into it and you sign up for it, all the companies that you affiliate with, you have to actually apply to those companies yourself to get them to approve you as an affiliate. So it's not like ClickBank where you just join ClickBank and you have access to all these offers. You have to actually go to each company one by one and ask to be approved. So I'm not gonna. I don't have anything for bass fishing, I guess is what I'm saying. But I can maybe come up with a keyword and show you that a little bit later on. But again, it's here. It's the same sort of thing. It comes up with a list, and you just drag and drop an item if you have it. Okay, and then this is the randomizer. I'm going to come back to that. This is like the old one-button click, produce me an article with images and everything you want. And then this is a filter. I'm just going to show this to you. You can just put words in here like, you know, I don't know. Like maybe I don't want smallmouth bass, you know. So I put smallmouth in here and I update this. And then when it goes to pick paragraphs, it will exclude anything that contains that word. Okay? So I'm going to take that out of there because I don't want that to cause me any problems later. So I just wanted to show you what that is. Okay, so that's really it as far as getting content for this article. Let me just go through the editor a little bit and show you some options here. Oh, let me show you this content options. This, again, these are all optimized, but what this does, it tells you how many titles. Say we wanted to show 50 titles instead of 20 in the list. You can change this number of images, Flickr images, number of YouTube, number of infographics, etc. You can just play with this if you want, if you don't like what you see here. That's what that content options is all about. Okay, let's go to the editor, because let me show you that. Here you have this little save button. So if you actually wanted to save this article someplace, you could click it and it comes up, and you can save it as a Word document, an HTML document, PDF, or a text document. And you know, I mean, that, did I say PDF? Yeah, you can. Actually, it'll convert it into a PDF for you as well. So you have that option available to you. So that's what that little button there is. And then these two buttons here are the ones that you know about, where you can do undo and that sort of thing. This button here, this is a globe. This is also for saving. So if you do save as, you can save. You can see the same options and click on these and save it. You can open other documents from here. So if you just want to open up some document that you got from, you know, say it's a PLR article that you just want to edit, you can just open this up in the editor and edit it here and then save it. We also have a print button, which is new. We didn't have that before. So you can print stuff off if you like. And then here, you know, this is all your standard. I'm not going to go through all of this because I hope most of you know what Word is or have used Word. And you know, you can use most of these features. They're all pretty much the same as what you've been used to. I'm going to come in here, the insert button. You can insert a picture from your hard drive if you want, and you could also create a hyperlink, and you can do bookmark cross references. You can put headers and footers, and all that fun stuff. Page breaks you can put in here as well. Okay, and then the page layout. Really, this is just for setting margins, references. If you want to put some kind of table of contents in here, you could do that. And then the view is just the view. Okay, most of these things I don't think you're really going to use. I think most of what you need is probably right here, and maybe in the insert, and then the rest of it, it's really, this is the editing I'm going to show you in a minute. In the preview section is where you probably want to do most of your real editing. Anyhow, so I wanted to show you that. We are pretty much done with this article now, so I'm just going to bring it up into preview. And okay, so there's the thumbnail, there's the article, and then this is the ClickBank offer. If I click on that, it goes into my ClickBank offer. There, and it's got my hop ID in there, so just show you that. Okay, and if you come down here, we've got our picture, and then we've got our video, and then we've got our questions and answers. Okay, and then down here we have our bass fishing offer from Amazon, and if you click on this little button here, it should take us over to Amazon, where they can buy it, and you get the affiliate commission for that. Okay, and also it has all the reviews listed here, so they can read through these. So this article is really good to go. This has got everything you need, and we'll cover posting in a bit in the next video. But I just wanted to show you how you can create this stuff, and we'll get out of here. Now, what I want to do is cover a couple of the other pieces in here quickly. And so what I'm going to do is delete this article. And I'm just going to highlight it and get rid of everything. Okay. And let's see here. What did I want to cover? Infographics. If you wanted to, I'm sure not everybody's familiar with infographics. They're basically just images that have lots of information about a particular keyword or product or something along that lines. And what this does is this will give you a list of them that you can then put on here. So let me just click on it and show you what that looks like. Alright, here we go. We've got a list of infographics. Now, as I suspected, there's probably not a lot of infographics on bass fishing. So the closest one I got here is recreational and sports fishing. So, before I do that, let me just make sure. Let me double click on this and see what it looks like. So this looks like a nice little infographic here. Got a lot of information. Yeah, I kind of like that. So anyhow, what I'll do now is I'll take this and I will just put this in here, and you've got a little infographic. So if I go over here to the preview and take a look at this, you can see it's got the whole graphic, and then down at the bottom here it has an area where people can just click once and grab the link, and this will link to your page. Or they can click on here and embed this in their site, and it will link to your page. Also in here, you can't see this right now because I haven't done the posting on it yet, but there's also some sharing with Facebook, Twitter, and all that type of stuff. It doesn't show up here on the preview, but it does show up when you post. So I just wanted to kind of show you that here. So these are infographics, and you just go and select any of these and put them on here, post them, and you're good to go. Okay, let's go over to Article Builder, and we click on Start. we can select a category, and this category can be anything. This is a niche that you might want to do. So let me see here. We're talking about bass fishing. Is that in here? Nope, they don't have bass fishing. Okay. Well, let's just pick something like, oh gosh, I guess it doesn't matter. Allergies. How's that? And then we can get a target word count. Maybe we want, 600 word article. We can have an option to have it what's called super spun or expanded super spun. I'm just going to take it as it is, create the content. Boom, just like that. You've got a 600 word article. Pretty nice, and the way this article reads is really good. So something to consider. It's probably, you might have to spin it, or you might have to change it depending on how the Copyscape comes out on it. But it's a very nice little feature to have, and if you have this article builder, you certainly can use it in here for your content. Okay? All right, and the other thing I wanted to show you was finally the randomizer. So if I click on the randomizer, and I'm going to leave it, how about if I just leave it allergies? Or maybe cats. I don't know. Let's change it to cats, just because I'm in a good mood. And we will click the randomizer. And what this is going to do, it's going to create an article. It's going to have a thumbnail. It's going to have an image, and it's also going to have a video in it as well. And then you can add whatever you want to it on here, of course, but it just kind of helps get you started. If but the only difference here is that it's not, you're not picking and choosing here. It's just pulling the content together, much like how we did it in the first version of RCW. So here we go, and there we go. We have some content. We have a title, and then we have some short code in here, of course. There's the thumbnail, there's the image, and there's a video, and then there's the rest of the content. And then if we come over here to preview post, you can see all of that. So there you go. All right, and let's see, is there anything else here I need to show you on this aspect of content? I think that about covers it. I hope that you can see that this is really, really nice. We will be adding to these probably if we get more different content sources in the future. And if we come up with some different things that we might want to monetize this with, we'll be adding those in here as well as time goes on. And but for now, I think that about does it. So I hope you enjoyed the content creation part of this training. And I'm going to wrap this up, and then we'll go on to the next video. Thank you.